Hello and thank you for watching this regional forecast update for the Northeast. I'm Andrew Pritchard, Senior Meteorologist with Nutrien Ag Solutions. Well, cooler air is starting to work its way in across the northern plains, the Midwest. It'll spread across the Great Lakes into the Northeast as we head through the next 24 hours. Temperatures in the teens and the 20s back behind that cold front. As we look at the satellite picture again, a lot of sunshine behind that, clear air, high pressure coming in and behind the frontal boundary, but we'll have to deal with some cloud cover between now and then. As we watch this storm system making its way into the region. As we look at the radar picture here early on Friday morning, again, some showers, some very light showers accompanying that storm system across the Great Lakes. Michigan and Ohio seeing some of that very light rain activity as we get started on Friday morning. Much of that should fade and move off to the east as we head through the rest of the day today. Now, looking at the hazards map here on the left, pretty quiet across the Northeast, but we've got a lot in the way of wind advisories, high wind watches as you make your way all the way back toward the Rockies and parts of the central high plains. You can find that in the form of the brown shading here. I think that is going to make its way off to the east, spreading across parts of the Midwest into the Northeast. What I mean by that is I think you'll start to see those wind advisories and high wind watches, high wind warnings potentially issued across the region as we stare at a very windy period here across parts of the eastern Corn Belt, the Ohio River Valley, on into the Northeast as we head through Saturday night into Sunday. Winds gusting 40 to 60 miles per hour at times across the region. Now, as we look at the last 7 days of precipitation, it's been heaviest across the south, parts of Pennsylvania into New Jersey, picking up anywhere from a half an inch to an inch and a half of rainfall. As you make your way off to the south, the Delmarva, south into the Carolinas, the Mid-Atlantic, they're picking up 6 to 10 inches of rainfall from Ada and just some additional heavy tropical moisture being pulled into the region by an upper level disturbance stalled across the region. Now, the last 7 days have been quite dry as you make your way off toward the north, cold and dry across portions of Maine, New Hampshire, and Vermont. And as we look at the next 7 days, we're going to bring some rainfall to portions of the north. We're talking about half an inch in that area with quieter conditions as you head off toward the south. So kind of flipping the script, not really soaking anywhere across the Great Lakes into the Northeast or down to the south over the next 7 days, but where we are bringing in some rainfall and some additional moisture is where we've been a bit on the drier side over the last 7 days. Now, what's driving all of this? This is the upper level disturbance that's swinging into the region right now, bringing the reinforcing shot of cooler air to the region. It's also instigated those light showers across the Great Lakes this morning. As we head into the weekend, this is our next system that comes screaming across the Rockies into the Midwest from Saturday into Saturday night. This is the position here as we get into Sunday morning. This one then lifts into the Northeast, bringing strong winds and some additional precipitation to the region. And then we can see this kind of extended period of troughing with strong flow out of the Northwest that's going to keep us on the cold side as we head through the weekend into early next week. Now, here's a look at those wind gusts as we head through the weekend. Again, I'll pause it here at the end. We're looking at the wind gust accumulations here from the European model. So peak wind gusts between now and 7 p.m. on Sunday. Again, you see the strong winds first across the Pacific Northwest into the Rockies, and then as our surface area of low pressure reorganizes and re-intensifies and then lifts off across the eastern Corn Belt into the Northeast, you see a lot of orange and red shading, and you could follow your eyes down to the color table. That's where we're talking about winds gusting 50 to 60 miles per hour. And that is just, surface winds associated with the pressure gradient there. Those are not thunderstorm-related severe wind gusts. We're just talking about strong surface flow due to the very strong pressure gradient with this storm system. So very blustery. That's going to be the main story as we head through the weekend. But some precipitation will accompany that as well. And this kind of lead disturbance brings some very light scattered shower activity to parts of Vermont, New Hampshire, southward toward Long Island as we head through the day today. Maybe transitioning over to some snow across northern Maine as we head through the overnight tonight. We'll be pretty quiet for the day on Saturday as this next wave organizes off to our west. This one moves in during the day on Sunday, so Sunday looking very blustery, very rainy across the Northeast, maybe even a few rumbles of thunder as you head off toward the south. And we can see the system a little bit better with the European model. This will take it a little longer range than the NAM model allows us to. High pressure slides in Saturday. Great Saturday, although it will be a little bit on the chilly side across the Northeast. The next storm system lifts in quickly on Sunday. Here is Sunday morning, sunrise, precipitation beginning in western Pennsylvania, western New York. Precipitation becomes heavy across the entire region here as we get into Sunday evening. So precipitation spreading in from west to east during the day on Sunday. Those winds very strong out of the southwest early in the day on Sunday, becoming strong out of the northwest as we get into Sunday night. Precipitation changes over to snow in areas, parts of upstate New York, getting into New Hampshire, Vermont, and northern Maine. Maybe a rain-snow mix as we get into the day on Monday. Very cold, blustery, chance for light precipitation. Monday is not going to be pretty across much of the Northeast, and we'll continue to see the chance for at least some light precipitation as we dig this trough into the area here Tuesday, getting into now Wednesday, and then tapering off as we get into Thursday, and then potentially another system coming over the top of that ridge, bringing some additional snow as we get into Thursday night into Friday across the region. So over the next 7 days, we are looking at opportunities for precipitation, heaviest across the north, maybe even some lake effect snow here, with some of the colder air coming off the lakes as we get into the early part of next week. So total liquid precipitation over the next 7 days, we're talking about the opportunity for 1/2 inch to 1 inch across basically the entire Northeast. If you want to get down into the lower confidence, lower odds of the heavier precipitation, you head down to southern Pennsylvania and then on south from there. Otherwise, from central and northern Pennsylvania, north and east from there, the opportunity for at least 1/2 inch or 1 inch. And then if I take out the weekend system, you can see that much of this across the north is kind of backloaded on the Monday-Friday time frame as we continue to get multiple opportunities for some soaking precipitation in there at times, maybe even some snow. Now what's driving this? Here's the pattern, 500 millibars as we head through the next 7 days. Again, digging a big trough in across the Northeast. That's what's going to keep us colder here as we head into the early part of next week. Meanwhile, the Rockies and parts of the central U.S. begin to warm back up. So here's your high temperatures as we head through the weekend. Again, 40s and 50s for just about everyone today. A little cooler for our day on Saturday. Warm air advection on Sunday brings temperatures back into the 50s to near 60 across Pennsylvania on east toward New Jersey, Long Island. Those highs in the upper 50s near 60. Cooler as you head off toward the north, upstate New York, New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine. You're talking about 30s and 40s for the day on Sunday. And then here we go. The next shot of cooler air really settles in on Tuesday. Highs on Tuesday only in the 30s and the 40s as we set up for a much more wintry-like mid next week.